Why, hello everybody. Welcome back to 2B2T. We're here with 611 individuals online. And what do I need? I don't know what I need. I need stuff. We have a mission today. Whoa. Okay. It has to do with, okay, servers being fun. We're loading spiky places. Anyways, we have a mission. And it is to create a coarse fruit farm. I put up these little ones here so that we could just grab some, because I only have one stack of coarse fruits. So we're gonna be doing more. Let me see, we should be able to silk touch these, right? Yep, silk touch. Now if I harvest these on this one, this is manual obviously. If I do this, which gets me a return, I mean, that gave me 10 and I started with 4. Will it grow more, or do I need to destroy this and plant the fruit again? I'll leave them here and find out, but that's not the type of farm we're building. We're building a semi-auto AFKable version of this. Where do we stick it? I'll try to remember to cut that out. I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. The pollution. Oh, that's what it is. The pollution has been extremely bad with like inversion type, mess of the atmosphere for the past week. Definitely just need to move away from this city. It's in the plans. If I can get away with it, move to one of the provinces here in the Philippines and get out of the city so that I can breathe better and I don't have all of this cough garbage all the time. Alright, I think I'm going to put it over here. I need some building... Nope, we got building blocks. We need some building blocks. Just a couple more. I can't help it. We gotta have more. I've been running this machine so that I could restock, because I've virtually drained it of resources. I need to run it more. And then we've been... Not that we need the cocoa, but I've had my alt up here, AFK at the cocoa machine. We're going to build it over here. Alright, so this farm I've grabbed from Shulkercraft. We're going to go ahead and plop through it. And one of the cats is on the vacuum cleaner, the robot vacuum cleaner. It's like, okay. Alright, so we need to make a deep hole. It says that it is 21 by 3. Well, technically we don't have to make a deep hole. We just need to do an outline. Kitty, would you leave the poor vacuum alone? It's struggling as is. Alright. I think we'll stick it here. So I'm going to put this in place. This is going to be the edge. Just what you wanted to see. Me placing blocks. Wahaha. Alright. So it said 21 by 3. Alright. 1, 2, 3. Blah, 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 blah. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to build our hole up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wrong stone. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm assuming it wants the hole that deep, not necessarily the wall. Alright, cool. Let's remove these torches. I'm sure we will use them at some other point. Alright, so this is one of these farms that's like semi-AFK-able in me because you can't auto-plant coarse fruit, unfortunately. Oh, machine went off. I heard it. I didn't mute my AFK player, so we may hear him go off on the roller coaster here soon. Alright, so we need hoppers. And it's saying, hey, place a bunch of hoppers on one side. Well, this side is going to be our spot for where we put the chest. There we go. So, are we placing hoppers on? Oh no, we're alternating. Okay. Ah, okay. All right. So this is where the coarse fruit is going to be. So basically we're... Hello. We got a party coming to town, it looks like. Alright, we'll pause the video because he's going to go a lot faster. Yeah, we can hear the roller coaster now. See, there you go. Aw, look at that. Productivity in action. So don't mind the little roller coaster sounds. You guys don't mind, right? Wow, now it got loud. It must be going up the backside. Okay, cool. So now we put in our little spots. This is where we're going to grow our coarse fruit. Perfect. Did I do this right? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. All right, coarse fruit accomplished. We're done. The farm is complete. No, just kidding. All right, now we won't plant these yet. Now we can start placing the glass diagonally around the stones. Glass, glass. We didn't bring any glass. All right. Oh, we're gonna need glass panes. No problem. We can color them or we can keep them clear. Should we color them? Should you like color them purple, right? Because coarse fruit's purple, or maybe white. Probably wouldn't see it anyways. All right. Nope. We're still cooking green. That's probably more than enough glass. Let's see. How about orange? Orange it is, because that's what I grabbed. Oh, the kitty gave up on the vacuum. It's been freed. It's probably celebrating. All right, cool. I need a crafting table, and I need a chest temporarily to put a bunch of stuff into because our inventory is too full. Yep, as usual. Nothing new, really. Do we have wood in any of these? Or have I failed and I've got to go get wood? I've failed. Well, I only need 4 pieces of wood, so we're going to come over here and borrow a piece of wood from this tree here. I have an axe in my inventory, but I'm too lazy to get it out. Okay, there we go. 2 and crafting table. Ha-ha! This is why you keep resources close. Of course, ideally, I would prepare and look at all the stuff I need, and then I would just make it, you know? I don't think I need that many panes. Because, you know, they might be a pain. Alright, how high am I supposed to put these things? Go up 2 temporary blocks and place down the first glass pane here. 1, 2, boom. Alright. Now, where else do we put them? And then... we do it 2 times. So we go like this, 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 this. Is that correct? So we have 3, right? Let me look. Do we match? We match. How about that? And then do the same with the other corners. All right. 1, 2. Now, do we do this on every single corner? Or do we just do this on a couple spots? Like the very end. Mousy, come on. Alright, so we're going to repeat this with all the gaps. Alright, well, let me do this because this will take a moment. And we'll be right back. Alright, we're done. We've got our things up on each corner. I did move the first one. You may have noticed that I built it out here and it was supposed to be here. So, you know. Anyways, we've got this done. So, good job us. We are intelligent and smart and all that. I used a little over a stack. Alright, so next we're going to be putting in some stuff. I think we're going to need this and this because we're going to come up here and we're going to put a nice blocky block here, and then we're going to put rails across here. This is our AFK spot. Alright. And then we just need to power it. There we go. Perfect. We can put our rails away. Alright, now we need some stuff. Repeaters, our blocks, some redstone dust, I think we're going to need observers. I don't think we need comparators, but we will get them anyways. We may need torches, and I've got the dispensers. And blocks. All right. So let's come back here. So what we're going to do is on the back side over here, we're going to put up behind this right here some stuff. So let me see. We're gonna do, which directions do they go? Okay, so we're gonna do this, that, this. Oh, nope, nope. I'm being picky on my blocks. Sorry. Like that, and then like that. And I wasn't paying attention, and he went too far, and now I don't know what he did. The back one needs to be on a tick of 3. Okay. And we need that. And then we need sticky pistons. Okay, we've messed up. Why? Because we don't have the sticky pistons on us. Where's the sticky pistons? Here's some sticky pistons. Golden apples, you've been voted off. Alright, now. There's going to be a double sticky piston here. There we go. A double extender to push and break the course. That makes sense. And then there's going to be redstone here. Is that it? Do I got it? We're going to be repeating this, I bet. Redstone, redstone. And then this is where we need our observers. So on the back one, facing towards the redstone, we're going to do that. Right? Yes. Let's make sure. Facing this way. That's good. And then we're just going to repeat all the way across. Let me make sure. And we're going to put a connector in between. All right, so, okay. I need to build a platform. Since I didn't build this flat on the ground, sheep, you better move because, well, you're in the wrong spot. Yeah, come on, move. Don't bow me. I said move it. Alright, it's going to be night soon. I better replace some of the torches. Right? We'll have to fix all this up pretty and everything a little bit later, but for right now, I just need to get a platform built. We'll just put a torch out there so we're safe. Safe against friends that come over when you don't want them to come over because they think that they can, you know, or family because they have keys and they just walk right in. I don't have those problems actually because my family is, you know, 15,000 kilometers away from me on another continent, so I'm safe. So I don't have to worry about that. But I know that that's a problem for a lot of you. You know, you've got that one family member at least that just shows up. Not that you don't love your family, of course. You know, obviously you do. But, you know, you get those people that just show up. And it's like you have plans, and then, you know, you don't know what to do because now they're here and they're going to ruin your plans and all that. 3, whoops, 2, 3 ticks. All right. Now, it did say that we're going to put right here something to connect it like that, just so that you know, in case you're wondering. We don't need the torches. We need that, and we're not doing the dispensers yet. We're going to need more. More stuff, though, I can tell you that. All right. That, and then we need our observer facing into the redstone. All right, so we're going to repeat this, I bet. And then we build 8 more and connect them all up. Okay, yep. All right, well, we can do that actually quite quickly because it's a pattern. So we'll just do that, right? This is where we need, you know, they've added the copper golems, right? And they can haul stuff around and put them in chests. You know what they needed to do is I found a hole. They needed to make them copper golems work for you, where you could give them a task, you know, and they would have to do the task. Wouldn't that have been much more, you know, useful? You know, you could do a pattern, like do one of those patterns right there, and then you know, tell the copper golem somehow that, all right, need you to repeat this in this area. That would be useful. Actually, you know, back in my my faction days, I was working with this guy. He lived in the UK, and we were trying to, how can we make the faction server really cool and all of that. And so we made, the Minion movie came out right at the time, the very first one, and it was like, oh, that's cool, you little minions doing your bidding and that kind of stuff. So we actually, he did, because he was the intelligent one. I was just, there. I was doing all the cool building and the server build and all that kind of stuff. It was my server. So he programmed a code to where it would insert these little minions. They were players, but they were half size, like a copper golem, right? They just looked like you, though. They would mimic your skin. They would mimic the owner, whoever owned them. And program them to do work. And for us, it was, since it was a faction server, we were looking at, well, how can we, have them mine cobblestone at a cobble generator? That was the first thought. And, you just set them down, and then they sit there and they just mine cobblestone at a cobblestone generator all day long. That's all they do, right? And that was really cool. And the purpose of that was, we built a mechanic in the game to where, you had obsidian, but then you could go beyond obsidian. So we had like double strength obsidian and triple strength and quadruple strength. It went up 5 levels. And the only way to do it was you had to take a regular obsidian, surround it by cobblestone, and that would make the next level of obsidian. No, everything's connected. These are all set on 3 ticks, so we're good. So we built that, and then, to go to the next level, you would have to take that level of obsidian, stick it in the crafting table, and put, 7 more. Excuse me, sir. You're out of water. Stay down in the water. The thing's going off again. So you had to surround it by cobblestone again, and that would create the next level of obsidian. And they were different colors of obsidian: orange, red, purple, yellow, and so on, to represent the levels. All right, what am I doing here? I should pause my talking and kind of pay attention to what I'm supposed to be doing on the farm. So I'm extending out past the rail system. I think this is going to be like the brain area. All right. So just, well, you guys are coming a long ways from the river just to bug me. All right. So anyways, so from this block, we're going to extend out some blocks. We're going to put this here. And then we're going to put a observer facing down like that. And then we're going to put more observers. We're going to make an observer elevator. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So we're going to do this, and we'll do some temporary blocks over here so that we can build this up. Oh, whoops, wrong side. How many of these was I supposed to do? I didn't look. Pause, reverse the video. When a 4th observer is placed, stop and add 2 building blocks. How many observers have we placed? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, how about that? Okay, so we're going to place 2 building blocks over here. Like this. Wait a minute, we're not aligned. Let me look at the video. Did I build the observer tower over too far? No, the observer tower is on that corner, so we're good. And it's directly above. Okay, okay, okay. We're good, we're good. All right. And then we are going to do what? I know we're going to put dispensers. Yep, yep. I'm looking at his video. So we're going to put a dispenser on the end, right? And then we're going to do, they're all facing down, and we're going to do a whole row. Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing. You know, if I'd known that, if I had paid attention and, you know, saw that this is what he was going to do, you know, which I could have easily done, I would have left my temporary blocks up there where the glass is, and therefore I wouldn't have to build up a bunch more temporary blocks. You know, I'm just saying, we already had the temporary blocks up here for the glass. We could have left it and walked across where I'm at right now and put in the dispensers at the same time, already being up here. It's all about efficiency, you know. Oh well. Come here, dispensers. That's the other thing I need to make. I need to make a dispenser farm with auto-crafters to craft up the bows, auto-craft the bows, and then auto-craft the dispensers, and everything's fed into it. Everything else, you know, is pretty easy to make, but dispensers can be a pain to make. Good thing we have a skeleton farm that gives us unlimited arrows, because we're going to need tons of arrows for this farm, continuously feeding into these dispensers. All right, so we go all the way over. Let's make sure I've gone far enough. I've gone to the last, just over past the last one. He has not. There. Okay, perfect. All right, now let's go up and connect the dispensers with the observers. See, you know, we should have just brought some scaffolding back and forth and whatnot. You know, you're having us go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But, oops, wrong one. That's all right. Okay, so what we need to do is 2 redstone dust. To-do. We need to put in a thingy-bobber. This, and wasn't there an observer? Was there an observer, or are we just doing stuff? We're just extending it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then let's pause him. He's jumping the gun ahead of us. I'm still placing redstone. I think that's the correct count, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay, we're in the middle. That's all we need. Was there a delay on these? I don't think there was, but yeah, there's no delay. All right, cool. So that connects all those. We'll have to build a permanent ladder thing up here, because we're going to have to put some chests on the back of these dispensers and fill them up and all of that kind of stuff. We'll do that later, but we'll take this down. All right, excellent. Oh, that's from the thing I killed. All right, so now we're going to put in the brains of this here. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do an observer that is facing this way, like that. Very good. And then we're going to come up on top of the observer, and oh, we need more. We need more platform. Alright, we're going to come up on top of the observer and do some stuff. We're just doing a tick thing, and there's... Oh, sorry. I had to pause the video and take a look at it. But we're doing this. Boink and boink, and there's a delay on these of 4. There we go. Alright, alright, alright. Very good, very good. Now we're going to build the hopper clocks. So we're going to need hoppers, because it's a hopper clock. And hopper clocks need hoppers. Excuse me. Trying to keep up with the video here, and I didn't slow it down. See, I knew we were going to need comparators for the hopper clock. Hopper clocks always need comparators. Alright, there we go. We're almost done with this farm. So, how about that? Redstone dust. Redstone dust. Sticky pistons. Good thing I have 2 left. Perfect. Let me guess. We're going to do one of these on one side of it. There we go. And then add a comparator to connect the 2 blocks. Probably some more platform. Oh, we're doing multiple clocks. Okay, we're repeating the clock. If I'd stop moving stuff out of my inventory, I wouldn't have to do this twice. But that's all right. Not sure why we need 2 clocks. Guess what? We're out of sticky pistons. It's alright. I have slime balls. And I have pistons. And now I have sticky pistons. See, we're a little bit more organized on this build than the last build. Although this, I do admit this one's a simpler one. It's not as complex as the tree build we did, but... you know. Alright, cool. So we got that. We got our 2 hopper clocks. Oh, wait. Does he have 3 hopper clocks? No, he only has 2. Okay, and then add a lever out there to turn it on. Clear out there, add a lever. Which means we need to build more platform. That's fine. We'll fancy all this up, but we should put a torch out here. Alright, where did I stick the levers? I only need 1. Turn this. Give this thing some power. There we go. And I'm going to assume we're going to put something inside the hopper blocks. What's our count? Put 5 stacks of random items in the outer hopper. So we need 5 full stacks. All right. We're going to put this stuff away because we're not going to need it for the rest of this. And we need to make room for 5 stacks of goodies. Where's our torches? Or rockets. Alright, well, we got lots of stone. So we need 10 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stacks. And put them in the outer hopper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clocks are activated. All right, cool. And add only 2 items on the inner hoppers. Wait a minute. One, two, 1, 2. Okay. Are we done? As you can see, the farm started working. Switch the lever to turn it on or off. Okay. Now just add arrows or snowballs to the dispensers. We're going to use arrows because we have unlimited. Alright, so this is where we're going to take it a little bit beyond the design element that he's gotten excuse me, that he's got in place. Let's go get some arrows. And that I'm not going to fill all the dispensers by hand. We're just going to create a single chest with some hoppers up there and feed it all in. Arrows are no problem. We've got an unlimited supply. Now let's see if I can land. Arch! Nope. As I said, I'm gonna have to build a stairway type thing up here. Coming in for a landing. Arch! Okay, cool. So we're just gonna do this on the back side. I know, it's more hoppers, but it'll be okay. Except for this first one. We can fix that. Yep. Do. Alright. Alright. If I can pick up these stones. Okay. There we go. And if we can pick this one up. We could not. We couldn't pick it up. We lost the stone, man. What are we gonna do? Arch! Whoa! Okay. Boom. Did you go into here? There it is. You say, where did it go? Ah, there. Ha ha! And so what we're going to do is we're just going to put in this, and we're going to stick a chest up here to stick all the arrows into. This is going the wrong direction. Come here, you. There we go. That. Put a light there because, you know, we'll cover these with slabs so that reduces lag. There we are. Perfect. I'm just going to stick this here and put a torch here. Excellent. So now we just need our slabs. And more arrows. It's going to take a lot of arrows to fill all of those. It's going to take some time, but we'll get it set up. We'll probably put some, at least a stack in each dispenser manually, because otherwise it's going to load from front to back and take a while. So we'll just do it like this. This doesn't use tons of arrows, but this will just make it so it's long term. It's easier. So we'll just put one stack in each just to get it started so that we're good. And then we'll fill up the stuffs. Wrong button. Okay, then we can stick these. I'll fill the rest of this a little bit later. Alright, and then we can just do this so that the lag, you know, it's always good to cover your hoppers if you're not using them for inputs or anything up above, just because it can reduce the lag, because then the hopper is basically saying, oh, there's nothing to pull above me. Alright, I think we're good. All we have to do now is, well, move these, because those aren't supposed to be there. Obviously expand storage. We'll want to place these in place. Look at that, I just had barely enough. Wow, good thing. I mean, I have more in my ender chest, but... Alright, and we need a mine cart, of course. Here's some iron. Did we just have a glitch? How did these end up back in my inventory? You saw me place them, right? Did we have a server glitch? I think we had a server glitch. Wow, that was different. TPS is always fluctuating. Is this thing still running? So we just gotta turn it on. They're starting to grow. Nothing is happening. Aside from the fact that they're growing. I mean, I get the concept. We're going to AFK in the cart with chorus fruits, and we're just going to have our right click held down by the auto clicker so that it plants the chorus fruits. That's all we're going to do. Basically, is we just aim it and we do that. Now the issue is it's gone off. But these aren't running. So, why are the clocks not running? That is the question that we need to ask ourselves. I'm gonna look at the video. See if I've missed something. Yep. Add that. Add the chorus fruits. Oh, is it waiting for a chorus fruit to grow No, they won't grow diagonally. Okay, they're gonna grow to the front like that. I'm just checking the video here from Shulkercraft to make sure I haven't missed anything. I mean, it's growing. That's the end of the video. I'm not seeing any comments of anything saying it's broke or that there's a change or anything like that. Excuse me, sir. Just cleaned out this stuff. We'll definitely, maybe, if we're going to AFK this, we'll have to make sure that that's fixed. That we're protected. So we don't have uninvited guests. I mean, right now I can do this and they can't climb that. But they might come up the backside, right? Minor problems, but we'll figure that out in a moment. I'm more concerned about the farm not running, because the clocks aren't ticking down. So the way I understand it, so this is it's sensing on this side. The clock is going to tell this thing to break and break all of these. So there's no sensor here from the farm saying, hey, when it grows a certain level, you know, it needs to activate. It's totally on these hopper clocks. But the hopper clocks are not running. I'm going to go back to the video and look at the hopper clocks. All right, add also lever to turn the farm off and on. He's got the lever up before he loads the stuff. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take all of them out. Whoops. No. Okay, that set off the farm. May also have broken it. Okay, so he's got it flipped up. But it's powered. So his lever is backwards than mine, I guess. Look, so he's got it like that. And he's got this one also. Maybe I'm missing a spot. Let me look here. No, it's just the one comparator. Oh. One, two, three, four, five. One, two. I think that was the trick. I'm gonna go grab this coarse fruit. I thought it wasn't supposed to get trapped up here. That's a wasted coarse fruit. We can't have that. Now the pistons didn't go off, so it didn't break everything. So I realized that that's we only got 2 coarse fruits back. That's not good. Okay, so this is going to take a moment to count down. Let me get coarse fruits out of an ender chest really quick. There we go. These are the only ones I've got. That's why I was growing over there. Okay, so these don't grow back. All right, well that's good to know. I've been sitting here for a long time. So we'll get the chorus out of it, but we won't get the... But we can put these here to manually grow some more fruits. All right, cool. All right, I just want to see it go off. Okay, it should go off in a moment. In a moment. And the piston should break all of those, which will allow me to replant. It's just what I want to make sure that that part's active. I know those work. Come in. Should be going any moment. Now it's counting up. Does it? Oh, it counts twice. Okay, well this is gonna take a moment. How long is our video? 42 minutes. We're at an hour. Oh my goodness. I think it'll work. We gotta wait for the clock. I want to make sure that I built a farm that works, right? Because otherwise, you're all gonna laugh at me. You guys wouldn't do that, would you? You wouldn't laugh at me? There, we filled up our supplies. Could use an axe for this, but we got nothing else to do. We're gonna wait here. Oh no! Disaster! Okay, we're gonna have to make multiple trips. We'll put the stone there. We can haul the rest off. Okay, cool. All right. What's our count? Okay, we're almost there. It's going to flip the second one, and then that should send the signal. If it doesn't and no signal sent, then I'm going to have to research this, and we'll come back later to figure out what I did wrong. Now it's draining. Because this one, is it this one that has to be empty? I think it's that one, this one here that has to be empty. Oh, my goodness. Let's, oops. I'm gonna cheat here and take those 2 stacks and put them over here already, because I think it's this one has to be empty, which sends the signal. Trying to use my big brain to understand the redstone count. Okay, there it flipped. Okay, there it goes. So there's a problem on the farm. That worked. The pistons did go off, but they did not break the thing. Alright, well, I'm going to research it, figure out what I did wrong. They did not double extend, and as a result, they didn't break the fruit, or the course plant. So, I will check that out. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Found the problem. You guys probably saw it before I did. We accidentally put these repeaters the wrong direction. I understand why now. I had it facing, both of them facing this way, so it'll only send one signal and push it once. But see, the signal to activate it's coming here in the middle, and what we're supposed to do is split it to where one signal goes this way, one signal goes this way, and that activates both of them. Instead, it was just one signal was going this way and pushing once. That's all it was doing. So anyways, farm works now. That was the only difference. Nothing else is off or wrong. Everything's good. So next time it counts down, it'll go off. But anyways, don't make the same mistake I did. Take care, everybody.